Hello, TNT. Good morning. Welcome to A Cup of Joe. It's Wednesday morning, and it's that kind of wild, wacky Wednesday where everything seems to be happening offset. We hope that you take time to share a cup with us this morning. My name is Joel Villafana, and we have what a show for you this morning. But before I get into what's coming up on the show, Wednesday mornings, I tend to want to drop a little cup of inspiration. Sometimes we just need that little pick-me-up, something inspirational. And I think I've been doing a lot of reading online, picking up phrases. I literally walk around with a pad now. That has been my practice for some time. But usually I literally now write everything now down I see, just to be able to share with you every so often, every time I get the chance. So my cup of inspiration this morning goes simply like this. Today, Wednesday, is not just another day. No. Today is the day you will create something beautiful. Yeah? So today is just not another day. Today is the day you will get up and create something beautiful.
Because I couldn't see and I wasn't walking with cane to get around properly. Don't think I am weird. Without direction, I always used to bounce my head.
Loving a man with the Atlantic's worth of water pouring out of my eyes, one death for every month without him.
One morning, Peter walked out to find every flower that he never stopped to notice, every sunrise that he never watched, every football match he forgot to play with his son, and arrived at a cafe to find every conversation he never had with his father. And it was only then that Peter finally decided to wake up. Wake up to life. Nescafe. Nestle. Good food, good life.
There's really one bank you can depend on. Friendly service every day. There's really one standard of treating you like you deserve to be. Yeah. Republic gives only the best to you. We get personal attention, so explain for your inspection.
Well, I come to song a warning. I on TV6 this Wednesday morning. I come here to talk. You know I come to walk. I come here to do well with the man that they call Joel. And as the champion of extempo, it is a pleasure to be on Cup of Joe. Sandy Manite.
Lingo, the 2015 extempo champion. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you, thank you.
We are sharing a cup this morning, TNT, with Lingo. I don't know how many of you know his full name, but I am going to take a go at it and hope if I'm wrong, he will correct me. His name is Joseph Voto La Placelaire.
You have it, man?
I have it?
Yes.
TNT. where are you from originally?
Right here. I was born right in, my family's from Sawa. On my mother's side, my father was born in Rio Claro. My grandfather on father's side came from Martinique.
Oh, so you see where the roots coming back there from?
Yes.
So it's because that's a little French, huh?
Yes.
That's a little French. Yes. You have always extempo. Tell me about your entry into the art of extempo.
I officially started in 2000.
2000?
Yeah.
So yeah, you're talking at least about close to 15 years already.
About that, yeah.
Yeah. And what got you into extempo?
Well, I had nothing else to do. I only had two choices in life. Because I was born totally blind, my eyes never developed. I've never seen colors, I've never seen light. I don't know what you look like, I don't know what I look like. And at the School for Blind Children in Santa Cruz, you had to do something. It's either academic, sports, or music, or all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I learned to play the guitar up at the school. So while we were doing guitar lessons, we had the different chord progressions playing, and we used to be poking fun at one another up at the school. And my family is a closely knit family. So Christmas time, we have this house-to-house parang on Christmas Day. So we would, when we go to, the person living next to you could either be your aunt or your sister or your mother or grandmother. We usually some relative. So when we go there, they would tell me what preparations you made for your home. And trust me, they will find some fault in your preparations. Either you put your iron on ramful to iron the curtains, or the tree missing a light somewhere in the blinkers, or they turn to the food, the pastel might have too much salt, or the nuts overcooked, something. And they kept telling me that I could enter the competition. And they always said, you know, one day you'll be gypsy. And so I entered. Because the choices I had in life was either to stay home and feel sorry for myself or go there and make a name for myself. I chose the latter because there were too many people out there feeling sorry for me already.
Mm-hmm.
And when I entered the competition, I was discovered at a group called Anyhower's Sports Club. I don't know if you're familiar with them.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I've heard of them.
Yeah, they used to have an extempo competition every year.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And I went there, and deceased Holly Thomas saw me, and he promised me that he could get me into a tent. And I got into Yangatang,
Right.
and the rest is history.
Yeah, but I wanted to go back because you came forward there pretty quickly, and I want you to tell me when you recognize, okay, the choices you had was academics, art, music, sport.
Well, we didn't have art really.
No,
It was
academics, sport, and music.
Yeah.
And you chose music instinctively?
No. My aunt gave me a guitar.
Mm-hmm.
And when I had to learn to play because it didn't make sense staying home there and collecting dust.
All right.
So I got into the guitar class because it was the easier class to get into.
All right.
And the sports was kind of limited. It's more like running. At that time, we didn't have blind cricket.
Right.
I only got into blind cricket as an adult.
Right.
And my career was already
Well
kind of established.
yes.
Well, I don't say well established, but
Yeah.
kind of established.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So the sports was too limited. Academics, I think I did well, but not well enough because I had to drop out of school. I went to St. Joseph's College. My mother, she was not able to work anymore, and so she couldn't afford to send me to school. So I had to stop in Form 3.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess I got lazy because I never went back to school.
But obviously, I mean, you to be able to sing extempo and to have a vocabulary that suggests that you can rattle off verses after verses, verse after verse. So at least you have had a sound education.
Yeah, well, extempo is simple, and it's a question of being able to read and retain. You know,
That's how simple it is?
yeah,
So why I can't do it, Lingo?
you probably don't read.
I do.
Or retain. I don't know.
Probably I don't retain them. You make it sound simple. I mean, you obviously, but it's not as simple as you may make it feel. And you do it naturally. That's a gift.
That because I do it all the time.
And you practice.
I don't, well, it comes naturally now. I don't really have to practice.
Right.
I just read. Over the years, whatever wealth I would have accumulated, I invested in the current technology
Yes.
so that I could go online and read. So there's screen readers installed on the computers that you could go online and surf the net. You could read the papers, and
Yeah.
if you have to do a research paper, you could do it.
Right.
Recently, well, the technology has become so accessible now is that you don't even have to buy screen readers anymore.
Right.
Like the smartphones now, some of them come with speech already installed. You just
Yes.
have to turn it on,
Yes.
and some of the computers as well.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be an agent for none of them because they don't pay me for that. So I will not tell you which computers or phones have them. You
Right.
go and do your research.
Yes. Lingo, we are coming back. I want to take a short break. When we come back, we learn a little bit more about this gentleman, Lingo. He said something a short while ago that I want to tap into. He did not sit down after being born blind and just feel sorry for himself. He went and decided to make a name for himself. When we come back, we are speaking with Joseph Voto Laplacier. I get that wrong.
Yeah.
We talking to Lingo. We coming back. We coming back.
There's really one bank it can depend on. Friendly service every day. There's really one standard of treating you like you deserve to be. Yeah. Republic gives only the best to you. We get personal attention, so explain for your inspection.
We're back, folks, and speaking with the extempo champion for 2015, four-time extempo champion, the Lingo. His name is Joseph Voto Laplacier. Say it, pronounce it for me, please, Lingo.
Voto Laplacier.
That's his name. Lingo, how did you get that sobriquet?
That's a nickname from in school.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was when we were young, there was this gentleman on radio called David Elcock
Yeah, man.
who had these characters, Granny and Mr.
Yeah.
Bitter. And we tried to be like Dave Elcock. And I had this character called Lingo, and the name stuck.
Serious.
The character left, but the name stuck.
Yeah. Lingo, when you were a young man, you made mention in a short while ago that you decided that you're not going to feel sorry for yourself, but you're going to make a name for yourself. Those years were obviously not easy years for you as a young man coming up, Lingo.
Yes, as after I came out of school and didn't know what direction my life would take, I had to do something. And so I decided, look, people would see you and would want to come and give you $1, 50 cents, and I saw it as they treat you, like if you're on drugs. You want to give me something, write me a check, give me $100,000. Something that could help me. Let me go and pay down on a house. Don't give me $1. That can't do nothing for me. You're treating me like I so desperate, and it's not like that. And I didn't want that at all. So, for me, the biggest challenge in life is acceptance, because while I have made a name for myself, there are still people who feel, well, because you're blind, you're supposed to be treated a certain way. And I try my best to tell them that this is not how it is.
You have since, as I said, developed as a champion of extempo in this country, and I want you to take me back. I had a question in my mind, and then I recognized this obviously makes no sense to ask Lingo, because, and bear with me, Lingo, because I was thinking how difficult it is for you, because extempo, as I said, comes, I suppose, some of the artists, you know, the great ones like Gypsy and so on, Myron B, we beat up the other day. You see things, and it helps you in terms of pulling sentences and phrases together. You don't have that added, so everything has to come from within.
Yeah, it's a disadvantage.
Is it more difficult?
It's a disadvantage to me because I have to listen and think at the same time.
Yeah.
Because the year I beat Gypsy, the topic we got, because at that time they still gave you a topic in the finals,
Right.
was floods in the city. So I think that was the topic. I know there was something to do with floods. And Gypsy said to me that I had a hot pee and my pee was flooding the city. And I turned the joke on him and I said, well, yes, I did have a hot pee, it's true, but the pee washed out some of the color from your gray and black shoe. And Gypsy looked down. And his shoes was really gray and black. And I think that's where Gypsy lost it. Because it's like, how does blind man know I have on a gray and black shoe?
So how did you know?
That? Mind something else. Not my business. There is a device called a talking color ID. It's like a remote control that you could put on the fabric, and it would tell you what color, if it's gray or blue or green.
Right. Gypsy didn't know that he'd do him that.
He didn't know.
Yeah. You use one on them there, boy.
Yeah, but there is also apps now for your phone that
Right.
you could actually take a picture of a person,
Right.
and it will tell you man in blue suit.
Right. What color suit I have on there?
Well, I didn't use the phone, so I can't tell you. It might be blue.
Yeah, Lingo, I want a blue suit. Lingo. Lingo. Yeah. I am always very, very inspired by gentlemen like your good self. So many people, you know, make excuses for so little reasons not to do things. And they have all their limbs, all their faculties. And when I look at gentlemen like you, you're an inspiration, I think, to many, many in society. You're aware of that?
Yes. It's like people tell you if we get a government subvention, we become lazy. So, you know, some people, as much as they're glad for the assistance, they would prefer to work and accomplish whatever mission they set out to.
Why have you been such a success in the extempo field, do you think?
One, the field is limited. Most people can't do it.
Yeah.
So, because I have done calypsos over the years. Most people don't know that.
Yeah.
So when people meet me and say, I'm a big fan of you, I like how you extempo. I say, but I sing calypso too. Well, I didn't know that. So that means you're not as big a fan as you think you are.
Right.
Right? So I guess that's why it's like the extempo is like that.
But the calypso that you've done, you've not gotten the type of recognition you think as you would have had in the extempo
No,
field?
I haven't.
Yeah.
I enter competitions every year. And
Yeah.
I don't ever get picked. But
Right.
I'm not complaining because I've heard better calypsos over the years fail to make it. So I just see it as, I mean, you have to be objective. When you go in competition, is either you win or you lose,
Yes,
or you don't get in at all. So I don't worry. I don't
Yeah.
get picked, so be it.
Yeah.
However, I would like to know what are my weaknesses, so I could probably work on it.
Right.
And that I don't find out.
All right. Lingo, I want you to take me out. You are the 4-time extempo champion,
Yeah, former blind cricketer too.
former blind cricketer.
Yeah, I played for Trinidad and West Indies.
You represented Trinidad as well and West Indies?
Yeah, I played for West Indies before I played for Trinidad and Tobago.
Have you ever did a verse on yourself?
Yeah.
You did? Well,
Yeah.
I want to give it 2 verses. Lingo.
I don't like this thing, believe it or not. This man put in the lingo on the spot. I really can't understand why it is he asks me sing about me. This is what you must understand. I am a blind man. I'm a Kaisonian, and I used to live in a corner house as man. La la da 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 da, la ba da la da di da da, bidi bidi da ba da la da 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 da. You know he had to take me back in time. I went to St. Joseph College and also school for the blind. I telling you, I have to admit, I also played blind cricket. Listen me partner, because I learned to play the guitar. And you know I am making fun. That is why I am 4 times extempo champion. La da 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 da.
One more. Take me back in your boy days. One more.
I la di da ba di la ba da 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 di. I don't want to cut you short. I really did not excel in sport. I don't want to make no style. I really did like music as a child. Because I couldn't see and I wasn't walking with cane to get around properly. Don't think I am weird. Without direction, I always used to bounce my head.
Lingo. I want to thank you very much for being
Thanks for
here.
having
Thank
me.
you very much. Lingo. I'll try the name one more time, Lingo. Joseph Voto La Placelaire.
That's right.
Oh! 2015 Extempo champion sharing a cup with me this morning. Such a pleasure having him here on A Cup of Joe. We're coming right back, folks. Stay with us.
My watch at 5.
Let the real you go like natural vibes flow. Ocean vibe, ocean vibe. Let the real you go like natural vibes flow. Ocean vibe. Let the real you go like natural vibes flow. Ocean vibe, ocean vibe. Let the real you go like natural vibes.
New Orchard Vibe juice drinks made with natural ingredients. Just a taste for your vibe.
Nestle. Good food, good life.
All right, we're back, folks. Thanks for staying with us. And we're moving straight into our Nestle Nutrition Now segment, where, of course, Chanel Merez Aparicio joins us. The very healthy Chanel Merez Aparicio. You're a healthy girl, aren't you?
I'm trying.
You literally make sure you eat.
I try to have
Three
my 3
proper-
servings
three
of
servings of
veggies
vegetable.
per day. I try. Sometimes I have one, which
Serious?
is not good. Yes,
You slip
very
up?
serious. I slip up. I'm human.
Chanel, today we are discussing Nestle's drive to provide healthy products for their consumers.
Yeah.
And one of the things I think when you're talking healthy products, you're talking sugars, because sugars is not necessarily a good thing. While it tastes good, it's not necessarily a good thing.
Too much of anything.
Too much
is
of
not
it,
good.
too much of one thing, good for nothing.
Good for nothing.
Yeah. So that's what we're looking at today.
Yes, we're looking at today. For our consumers, well, you know, our vision is to be the leading nutrition, health and wellness company in the world. And we actually, late last year, we've done a survey with our consumers to see how our consumers, you know, they perceive Nestle and the different activities we're doing, even our products and different things that we provide for them. And the survey actually showed that we are actually #1 compared to the other companies in terms of leading a healthy lifestyle and promoting leading a healthy lifestyle through different activities and through our products. And one of the things that we look at is really working with our consumers, how we can help them prevent NCDs. For example, our non-communicable diseases, where, for example, when we realize in Trinidad and Tobago we have obesity, we have high cholesterol, we have diabetes on the rise, and especially among our children. And what Nestle have decided to do is, with World Health Organization, they've changed their recommendation for sugar intake for consumers, which is they actually want consumers to intake 10% of their daily intake of sugar per day.
10%?
10%, and they're actually looking in terms of a further reduction of 5%, which is 25 grams of sugar per day, which is 6 teaspoons of sugar per day, which is free sugars. When we look at free sugars, it's added sugars, not natural sugars from your milk or from your fruit or from your vegetables. It's added sugars that you will normally add to different things. Like, for example, if you're making juice, if you're making tea, if it is, our desserts and stuff, these are sugars that we add, that consumers add to their diet daily. So World Health Organization is asking for a reduction.
And how is Nestle helping in that, or helping consumers to reduce that sugar content?
Over the last few years, we've started reformulating some of our products, and we're actually reducing sugars in some of our products. And one of them that was launched this year was our Nestle Orchard apple drink and also our orange drink. Because Orchard is around for years, and our consumers love Orchard. And we want to make sure that our consumers have healthy products, they still enjoy the great taste, the great flavor. So what we have done, we have reduced the calories in our 3 range, which is the apple, the orange, also the fruit punch, and we've also reduced the sugar content too as well.
Okay. And that's in the apple juice alone, or
that is in the apple, the orange, and also our fruit punch.
And the fruit punch as well.
And the fruit punch as well.
All right. And so I suppose that now, because juices is a serious way of taking in sugar, because sometimes we like juice sweet.
Yes, Trinidadians, we love extra sweet things. So some of our consumers may think that the taste profile has changed, but in terms of when you're accustomed having something, all the time, we love different types of foods that have so many sugars in it. And what we have done, we just reduce the calorie and also reduce the sugar content. So it's still great tasting, the apple drink, the orange, and also the fruit punch.
I think that's one of the main objectives, I suppose, Nestle, just to help folks, because sugar, contributes to diabetes and fat. Those sugars literally can make you put on pounds.
Too much of sugar intake could lead to obesity. It could lead to diabetes. It could lead to different non-communicable diseases. So in moderation is very important. Moderation is the key.
In my own personal experience, it's really an acclimatization of your taste buds.
Your palate.
Your palate. Because if it is that you're able to get accustomed to the less sugar taste, then after a while, you wouldn't even know. You wouldn't even recognize the difference.
And the difference, and also what you're missing too as well. And the only difference that we have with our apple, before we used red apples, and now we're using green apples. So we use green apples in terms of the formulation for the apple drink. So you would get a bit of a difference in taste.
Is that a guide as even the natural fruit? The green apple is less sweet than the
Well,
red
actually,
apple?
when we look at fruits naturally have fructose.
Right.
So, but however, what you're going to get is a different taste.
Right.
Right? Not in terms of sweetness, but in terms of if it's more a tangy taste, if it is you get more of a fruity flavor.
Right.
So just in terms of that, so consumers will have to get accustomed to that taste.
Yeah. All right. So those juices are on the market now?
It's on the market now. And as we see here, we have just the difference. We have the new one versus the old one.
Right.
And what we have done in terms of making it easier for our consumers to notice, we have put information in front, the GD, in terms of how much of the particular nutrients, how much energy, how much sugar, how much trans fat, and also we're encouraging our consumers, portion control is the key.
Right.
So Nestle, we have something called our Nestle Nutrition Compass, where it's a nice easy guide to show our consumers how to read labels.
Right.
So you get all the information you need, how much sugar you have, how much energy you have, different nutrients in the product as well. So we're encouraging our consumers to read their labels.
Read the labels.
Yes.
Read the labels. Shana, as we wrap this, because fantastic information in terms of the reduction of the sugar in the juices, Nestle also has a big 5K and health fair coming up.
We have a 5K health fair coming up. And it's the first Saturday in May.
First Saturday in May.
We have a grand health and 5K, and coming up in our other programs, we're going to give some more information. But
Right.
stay tuned because registration is in Kenny's Sports Club.
Right.
All right, it's all around Trinidad and Tobago and Twin City Mall, different venues they have in South too as well. So we
Right.
encourage you, your friends, your family, bring them out. We have different things to showcase,
Yeah.
nutritional information. We have lectures, we have bone density screening, we
Right.
have weight, height measurements, we have sampling of all our products, and
Right.
so much more.
Right.
But we
Great,
really
great.
want our consumers to be a part of it.
First Saturday in May.
Yes, first Saturday. in May.
Saturday in May. There you go, folks. Chanel Mera Aparicio dropping in again, giving us our nutrition tips and staying us in tune with how to live a healthy lifestyle. I think the key point this morning was all about your sugar intake and how Nestle is helping with reducing that sugar intake in simple things as their juices. New brand of juices, new brand. The branding is different?
The branding, actually, our branding is different,
Yeah, it's
but it's the
different.
same Nestle Orchard. But what we have done just to reduce the calories and the sugar, but it's a new packaging as
New
you'll
packaging.
see. So new information. We have GDAs in front. We have
Right.
per portion. We have where we educated our consumers and tell you how much sugar has been reduced and
Right.
calories. So we're really encouraging our consumers to read the labels.
Nice.
Right?
Yeah,
It's a lovely new package.
Nice, excellent. Folks, look out for it out there on your supermarket shelves. All right, we take a short break. When we come back, we continue. Wildcard Wednesdays. Anything could pop in there. Stay with us. Cup of Joe continues after this.
My watch at 5.
Let the real you go like natural vibes flow. Ultra vibe, ultra vibe. Let the real you go like natural vibes flow. Ultra vibe. Let the real you go like natural vibes flow. Ultra vibe, ultra vibe. Let the real you go like natural vibes.
New Orchard Vibe juice drinks made with natural ingredients. Just the taste for your vibe.
Nestle. Good food, good life.
All right, folks, welcome back. We are into Wildcard Wednesdays here, and we toss different things up. This is just our chance to do whatever we feel to do on the show. And this morning, we are introducing to you Catherine Gordon's Institute of Finishing Elements. It's a school that literally takes you and sharpens you up, gets you ready for the world and all that sort of thing. But let me not try to explain too much because I have the lady herself here with me this morning, and she's going to give us little fine tips that you may just not be aware of and can help you in the wide world of work and the wide world that is out there. Catherine Gordon, thank you very much for being
Thank
here.
you so much, Joel, for having me.
Yes, we've been wanting to have you for some time, so the timing is not right.
Nothing before it's time.
Nothing
Joel.
before it's
Nothing
time.
before it's time.
Institute of Finishing Elements. Break down what this school does.
Essentially, we are a finishing school.
Right.
And what that does is it says that if you know all the academics, you pass your subjects and
Yes.
so forth, but
You're
there are
intellectually
things-
ready for the world.
You're ready for the world.
Intellectually.
In terms of your paper.
Your paperwork.
But people like to deal with people who
Yes.
make them comfortable.
Right.
People like to deal with people who are confident. And therefore, if you don't know which knife you're supposed to be using, if you're spending time worrying about, did I say this right? Did I do
Yes.
this right?
Yes.
Then you're not being confident.
Yeah.
You're really being clumsy. And therefore, at the finishing school, what we try to give you are those finishing elements.
Yeah. And
Now, some people may say, okay, we know that already.
Yes.
We know manners. But manners really is not etiquette. Etiquette is a code, the
Right.
way to do things. And therefore, we try to give you the little finishing touches so you do the ordinary things in an extraordinary way. That's really what it is about.
You know, as you're saying it there, and many of us, I think, really ignore that. And I remember first time trying to, you know, learn to eat with a knife and fork and that sort of thing. But is it that those things are no longer taken seriously? Are you getting that impression, especially with the younger generation, those finishing elements that really refine you, refine the individual, taken for granted a little bit in TNT?
Not just Trinidad and Tobago.
No.
Worldwide.
Worldwide.
Somewhere around 1970, sometime around the free love movement
Right,
and that.
right.
It became sort of taboo, out of style, to do things well, to do things
Right.
graciously.
Right.
And therefore, as the generations progressed, a little less and a little less and a little less.
Yeah.
Then the school systems became overburdened. The homes became overburdened with
Right.
trying to put in all these elements.
Right.
And therefore, it became a thing for, if you're stooge, then you could do that.
That's right.
You know,
It's a stooge thing, man.
yes,
Yes.
you're going to do that.
Yeah.
But for the regular people,
Yeah,
we don't
yeah.
need all that kind of foolishness. Until we come to the world of work,
Right.
and we find that everybody now has a degree.
Yes.
Everybody has 2 degrees, if you please.
Yes.
Everybody's studying something. So what is going to make the difference between you and someone else who is just as brilliant academically?
Right.
It is how you're able to treat people.
Yeah.
It is, are you sitting down there and showing the soles of your feet, and you're trying to sell something to a Middle Eastern businessman?
Right.
You already insulted him. You're showing him the soles of your feet. So it doesn't matter what you do. He's not going to purchase from you. He's not buying anything. He's not going to do business.
Right.
So it's little things like that
Yeah,
that the school attempts to reintroduce.
Right.
And of course, you know, in the past, Joel, to learn all of this, you had to go to Switzerland. You had to go to France. Your parents had to have deep pockets to get you into those things. So now in Trinidad and Tobago, it's here, and it is designed to have persons attend from as little, no money at all, because sometimes if you want to attend and you can't afford to attend, we simply give you a scholarship.
Okay.
We do a lot of
Okay.
work with institutions
Yeah.
and provide scholarships
Right.
so that anybody could attend.
Yeah, yeah.
We offer payment plans. Your money can be large or small. You come and you learn the graces which may not come as naturally to you as well we would expect.
I like your phrase, from the classroom to the boardroom.
Classroom to boardroom,
Yeah.
polish.
Polished.
Polish.
Yes, yeah. And that's exactly what you do at the school. You get ready.
We take them a little earlier than that, Joel.
Yeah, okay.
We teach children from age 4
Right.
in our Manners for Tiny Minds program. So we start at age
Serious
4.
from as young as age
Serious.
4.
Age 4 to 6, that's the Tiny Mind group.
Right.
Then 7 to 14, Manners Make It Me. Then we have the Teenagers Designed for Greatness.
Where can
and then
people
we have
get all
the
this
adults.
information?
You can get the information on our Facebook page.
Right.
Institute of Finishing Elements.
Right.
And of course, we're redoing our website, but you can
Right.
still go to the existing one.
Right.
It's CGA Image Design.
Right. Okay.
.com.
CGAimagedesign.com. All right.
And you can get that.
And you can get that and all the information.
Or you can
on the
call
school.
us.
What's the number?
640-2765 or
Right.
678-3845, and you can get exactly what
All
you
the
need to know.
information.
All the information.
So what Catherine is going to do with us this morning is just show us 2 little aspects of that finishing element that you may need when you go out there into the world of work that you may be taking for granted, literally taking it for granted and not doing. So you're going to show me and see if I am up there with the etiquette and up there with the...
Well, we're going to look at 2 things.
2 things?
We're going to first test your handshake.
My handshake.
The handshake.
All right.
Because the handshake, people just stick their hands out, not realizing the handshake carries a meaning.
Right.
And if you do certain
Yeah, because
things...
if I shake your hand like this... and I
Oh,
said,
well, what are we
my
doing
God,
there?
What am I suggesting there?
No, that's enough. That's too close. That's too close. That's not business-like
That's
at
not
all.
business-like
That's
at
not
all.
business-like at all. And then, of course, we have the one that says, you know, when you take the hand and you turn it over like this,
Right.
this over yours said that in power and might, I'm better than you are. I think I'm superior to you. And therefore, I turn you under me. See? So sometimes we know people come and they do this, and then we have women who tend to just come and stick their hand in underneath. This says, I agree, I'm submissive to you. So in a handshake, we really need to go, first of all, get the webs in.
Get the
When
web.
we get here,
Ah,
then we
yes.
wrap all the fingers. Now straighten that head, Joanne.
Just shake the
Yes. And if we're shaking from the shoulder, we're too far. So we want to be shaking like this from the, yes, a 2 pump and a nice smile. Give me a nice smile, Joanne.
Is the firmness of the handshake says anything at all? I remember a long time you used to hear you must do a firm handshake.
Yes, we told the men that shake till the eyeballs rattle.
Yes, so you do
now,
full-
you shake in accordance with the firmness that you meet.
Right,
So you don't want to be
right.
too hard,
Right,
bengay
right.
ball something.
Yeah.
No, you don't want to do that. You want to
Right.
just
Shake.
2 pumps.
Right.
But you want to maintain the eye contact because that says you're there, you're present.
Right.
Sometimes we have persons who just,
And yes, and shaking away.
and the head wanders
Yeah.
off. That in itself says what? I don't want to really shake your hand.
Right.
Get away from him.
Right.
So little things like
Like
that
that.
you have to be aware of. It.
Right.
Handshake.
Important.
But
And,
then-
and this lovely wine glass, I'm having wine.
Oh, we're not having wine.
No?
You can have wine. You can
Yeah.
have anything you want. But Joel, you know, sometimes we go to these receptions, cocktail receptions,
Right.
and we have these stations.
Right. Yes, yes.
Not a lot of chairs, a lot of persons.
Right.
Now we have to mingle. So how do we handle the glass, the plate with the food, and everything else? And you have to walk around and meet people.
That's a challenge.
Now, when you're meeting people, your right hand should always be free to shake.
Right.
That right hand must always be free to shake.
Right, right.
So instead of 12 of us trying to eat here, the rest of us who have the finishing element, we can afford to take our bits and move off. So how do we take our bits?
And still have our right hand free.
And still have our right hand free. So this is what we're going to learn. We would take the tea plates with the food and we put it in between here.
I see.
Yes. Tea plates are usually this size. And you're taking this and you're sticking it in there. So now you have the tips of the 3 fingers to take the glass and put it on top here.
Oh, Jesus, Lord.
Yes.
Yes.
Indeed, a good name to call. So when you're meeting people, you can shake their hand. Nice to meet you. And of course, you feel a little thirsty, so you have a sip. Making sure you look into the glass, Joel, not over. And of course, it goes back. So let's see, you may want to eat a puff or something. So you take a bit and then, you know, you feel as though something's on your lip. And you're good to go. You're walking all the way around. You just...
Catherine, let me try this
You
before.
gotta try this,
because
Joel.
normally this is me.
Oh,
That's me.
that's for when you did not have the finishing
That's
element.
when you see.
So now you're putting it in between them.
Yes.
No. This one goes down inside. So this one is here. This one is here. Close them down.
Right.
Putting it on top of the finger, so that the fingers control the glass at all. And this works for any glass.
Catherine, I'm looking a little destabilized.
No, because you need to put this finger here.
Oh, that there.
That's right. So the fingertips will clamp down on the glass. It doesn't matter which glass.
Fantastic.
Now you can leave that table for those who didn't know, and you could mingle. Your right hand will be free to shake at all times. You're good to go, Joanne.
Catherine Gordon, thank you very much.
You're
Wonderful tips. We're going to have Catherine back ever so often. She's going to drop by the Finishing Institute of Finishing Elements, a school that you can learn all these little things and be that much more finished individual when you go out into the world of work and elsewhere. All right, Catherine, thank you very much. Catherine is going to be back with us, as I said, but we're taking a short break as I about to mingle with Catherine a little bit as I properly have my glass and my plate all tucked away nicely. All right, we're taking a short break. We're coming right back, folks. Stay with us.
King of the night.
There's really one bank you can depend on. One bank that leads the way. Technology and systems separate us from the rest. Republic gives only the best to you. We get personal attention, so explain for your inspection.
All right, time to wrap, folks, and we move straight into our spoken word spotlight before we wrap on this wonderful Wednesday morning here on A Cup of Joe. And we have a new spoken word artist that we are inviting to our Cup of Joe family here. Her name is Ariel John. Yes. Thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
You've been in spoken word for some time, or you're a new artist?
I've been performing since 2006, so I think that would make it 9 years.
Oh, you're a veteran. Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I spent some time abroad, so I haven't been on the local scene that much. So I came back, and I'm happy to be back.
Right. So, and you are Trini.
Yes.
You are Trini.
That's
but
right.
Your spoken word influence has some foreign influence as well.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, let me leave it. Let me leave it there. What are you going to do for us today?
All right. There's this poem that I have called Lunacy. I'm going to perform that for you
Lunacy.
today. Yes.
When we speak after, I will see what the foreign influence and the local influence.
Surely.
I'll see that. All right. Ariel John, folks, Lunacy. The stage is yours.
Thank you.
The moon is a mood swing of a woman, falling pendulum across the sky in the manner of months. She is the absence of gravity. Ground controls nothing around her. We are an island, and we do not run very far without drowning. Make prayer beads from sand grains, salt our wounds on the beach. We are a family of wave and overwash and women. My grandmother knew only the light of picture lamps and the glowing halo of heaven. Her husband, a floating obsession with moonshine and white oak rum and weekend apparitions. She who raised 8 children single-handed and good Christian, always turned the other cheek to the night storms of his fists, even ran to get the gauze when his shameless knuckles bled. And my grandmother remembers how bandage and bondage are different, but both do so well at hiding things. The moon is always shading shadows across the pale blue of her face and hiding things. It is 1989. My Pisces of a mother considers the child in her boat of a belly, the forming tissue that nobody knows about yet. In the same year of Roe versus Wade and scores of women marching in Washington to permit abortions. In the same year they tear down the Berlin Wall. My mother is expecting a number of things to crumble when her water breaks. My father is a taxi driver, a few shades darker than her mother appreciates. More shadow, less light, too much eclipse. The moon is always trying to hide things. The blame and brown of daddy's skin reminds too much of blackouts and the rusting of hearts. The day I was born, the water cycle stops working. The island sinks into drought, and the ocean does nothing to help us. And my skin becomes a permanent patchwork of dry spots and eczema scales. When I am 4, my grandmother says the mole on my left ear means that I will die by drowning. I have spent the last 6 years of my life loving a man with the Atlantic's worth of water pouring out of my eyes, 1 death for every month without him. The moon knows about dying and willing herself to rise, and how the burn of the sun gives her glow. I am an island of a woman waiting for my tide to return, because we who have loved, who have been called crazy for the way that we do, how the moon makes lunatics of our tribe, pulling every which way at the beach blue of our blood. We who are only as stable as the sea, we who choose to love, knowing that we have the buoyancy of anchors, knowing that the moon will always take chances, even when she has to hide, die, and burn for it.
Oh, that was a very, very deep piece.
Thank you.
Darkness, the moon covers all imperfections. What inspired the piece?
I think a lot of my work looks at the narratives of women and just kind of looking at, I think as Caribbean writers, we focus on the elements a lot. I mean, you have a really nice natural background going here, which I appreciate. Yeah. But also just finding out how these natural parts of our surroundings kind of interact with who we are as a people. And for me, as a family narrative, where we find ourselves within that range.
Is that the base and the nature of many of your pieces, or do you do?
Somewhat. I tend to do a lot of pieces that look at issues of gender, also carnival and carnival tradition theory, as well as a lot of work that tries to revive culture and question culture as well.
Right. Where you're back home now?
Yes, I am.
Back home now. So we're hoping that you'll pay us another visit at some point in time.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you very much for sharing.
Thank you for having me.
And keep speaking. I always say to all this, keep speaking, keep writing, keep speaking.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Folks, that's going to do it for today. Time has run out on us, so we're going to put a wrap on it. We just, of course, want you to follow us on all our social media platforms. Just search Cup of Joe TT. If you want to be part of our show, send us an email at acupofjoe@tt@gmail.com. If you missed us in the daytime, remember you can follow us anytime on our YouTube channel as well. All right, that's going to do it. I'm Joe Villafana. Whatever inside your cup, folks, make sure and make the best of it and enjoy.